Hello everyone, welcome to Prodigy IS, and today we are again here with a very important topic in the sociology paper of UPSC, and the topic is the rise of scientific thinking and its impact on sociology. Imagine Europe a few centuries ago. The authority of tradition and the church was strong, but then came the scientific revolution, Galileo, Newton, and later the Enlightenment. This era promoted the belief that reason and empirical observation could reveal the laws of nature and society. Natural sciences were uncovering principles like gravity and motion, inspiring thinkers to ask, could we study society with the same systematic approach? During the 17th and the 18th centuries, intellectuals embraced empiricism. That means knowledge from observation and rationality, which means reason over superstition. For example, John Locke stressed observation and experience over dogma. Enlightenment thinkers challenged monarchy and church authority, emphasized progress, and opened the door for evidence-based explanations of society. Voltaire critiqued religion. Rousseau envisioned a social contract, and together they shaped an intellectual climate for sociology. Philosophy of history about sociology. Thinkers like Saint Pierre and Vico proposed that societies evolve through stages. Later, Comte, Spencer, and Marx built theories of social evolution on this idea. The growing belief was clear: if nature has laws, so does history and society also. In short, scientific thinking emphasized evidence, progress, and general laws, laying the groundwork for sociology. Society was no longer static or divinely fixed, it could be studied, understood, and shaped. Now we will talk about Enlightenment, modernity, and the paradox of modernity. French Revolution in 1789, it overthrew monarchy and church power, spread ideals of liberty and equality, but also caused chaos. Thinkers like Saint-Simon and Comte sought to restore stability using science. Then came Industrial Revolution. It brought factories, machines, and urbanization. New classes emerged, but so did poverty, slums, pollution, and long working hours also. Traditional community bonds got weakened. So, what was the paradox of modernity? First, disruption, breakdown of norms, instability. Potential, innovation, rights, and progress. Sociology emerged precisely to analyze these problems and suggest remedies. Comte sought order, Marx critiqued capitalism, and Durkheim studies integration. Modernity's turmoil triggered sociology's birth, while its promise inspired belief in improvement. Now discuss the early pioneers and their contributions in sociology. Although these all sociological thinkers will be studying in detail one by one in my coming videos on Prodigy IS platform. So let's start in short. The first was Auguste Comte, 1798 to 1857. He coined sociology, the term sociology, in 1838. He advocated positivism, empirical scientific study of society. He proposed the three stages of knowledge: theological, metaphysical, and positive. And he saw sociology as the queen of sciences and a tool of reform. What is the analogy in it? If the society is a machine, sociologists are mechanics who diagnose and improve it. Then came Herbert Spencer, 1820 to 1903. He applied Darwin's evolution to society, coined survival of the fittest, used the organic analogy: society as an organism. Societies evolved from simple to complex, naturally regulating themselves. His approach encouraged comparative evolutionary analysis. Then came Karl Marx, 1818 to 1883. He focused on economic structures and class conflict. His historical materialism explains history as driven by modes of production and struggles between classes, studied capitalism's laws of motion, and predicted revolution. For Karl Marx, science meant uncovering general patterns but also changing society. Then came Emile Durkheim, 1858 to 1917. He made sociology a distinct science, defined social facts, the norms, laws, values external to individuals. He urged treat social facts as things. In Society, 1897, he used statistics to show social causes of society, proving sociology could find laws. He also addressed modernity's enemy and proposed new solidarity. Then came Max Weber, 1864 to 1920. He added imperative sociology, introduced Versehan empathetic understanding of meanings, advocated value neutrality. He kept biases out. His Protestant ethics study linked culture to economy. He highlighted modernity's rationalization and bureaucracy and developed tools like ideal types. In short, we can say Weber showed sociology can mix meanings and measurements while staying scientific. A short recap, I can say Comte led to positivism, Spencer evolution and organism, Marx to class and materialism, Durkheim social facts, and Weber Versehan and rationalization. Now we will discuss the biology and social service. Darwin's evolution inspired sociologists to see societies as evolving systems. The organic analogy highlighted interdependence, like organs in a body, institutions function together. Even Durkheim borrowed terms like organic solidarity. What the social surveys say, reformers like Eden Booth, Rotary pioneered surveys on poverty. Quetelet showed regularities in moral statistics. By the late 19th century, census data and statistics were central. Durkheim's Society is the best example of empirical sociology. So the biology and its progress provided theoretical models, evolution, organism. Surveys provided methods, data collection and statistics. Together, they reinforced sociology's scientific foundations. So, what were the scientific methods in sociology? Science is equal to scientific inquiry, hypothesis, empirical evidence, objectivity, replicability. Sociology adapts these through first, observation, second, comparative historical methods, third, surveys and questionnaires, and fourth, statistical analysis. Comte modeled sociology on natural sciences. Durkheim provided rules of method, treat social facts as things. His creative art, which is called Society, proved that empirical analysis can reveal social laws. Weber added safeguards of value neutrality and interpretive understanding. Thus, sociology qualifies as a social science, systematic, evidence-based, though less exact than physics due to human variability. So now we will discuss the UPSC previous year questions. I'll give you the quick answers. The first question asked in UPSC Mains 2022, what aspects of enlightenment paved the way for sociology? What could be the answer? I'll give you a short answer for this. Enlightenment promoted reason, empiricism, the ideas of progress, challenging religious and monarchical authority. Thinkers, like we have discussed so far, argued that society could be studied like nature with rational scientific methods. By secularizing and rationalizing thought, Enlightenment created the intellectual climate where sociology could emerge as a systematic discipline of society. Now, in this format, elaborating these points, you can write the answer for it. In 2017, the questions came in mains examination was, how did sociology emerge as a distinct discipline based on rationality and scientific temper? I'll give you a brief for it. Sociology is separated from philosophy by applying reason and empirical evidence to study society. Like Comte and Durkheim emphasized observation, comparison, and data. Weber highlighted value neutrality. So this rational and scientific temper gave sociology its own subject matter. What are those? Social facts and institutions and methodology, making it an independent modern discipline. In 2018, the question was asked in UPSC Mains was, does scientific method make sociology a science? Illustrate with Durkheim. Yes, Durkheim treated social facts as objective things and used statistics in his creative art Society to reveal social causes like integration. He applied rules of objectivity, hypothesis testing, and comparative analysis, mirroring natural sciences. His findings showed sociology can establish generalizable laws of social life, make it a science, though with human complexity as a limitation, and it would be always. Now, in 2015, there was a question, is sociology a science? Sociology is scientific in method. It uses hypothesis, surveys, observation, and statistical data to explain patterns in the society. Yet, unlike natural sciences, human actions are influenced by free will and values, so it limits the predictability. So, sociology is best described as a social science, which is scientific in approach but distinct in dealing with dynamic, value laden human behavior, because that is always very dynamic. Now, in UPSC Mains 2019, there was a question, and the question was discuss the historical antecedents of sociology. Antecedents include the Enlightenment, which means reason, secularism, and science, the French Revolution, which means political upheaval, liberty, equality, and the Industrial Revolution, which marks urbanization, class changes, social problems, right? These are the antecedents. Additionally, the philosophy of history and early social service emphasized progress and empirical data. To get these, created both the need and the intellectual tools for sociology to emerge as a new scientific discipline, right? So in this way, we understood the topic also, and we have discussed the PYQs also. Again, we will come back with distinct videos on every sociological thinker. So till then, stay tuned at the rate of Prodigy IS, and thank you.